He did opt to take shots at a baller and engage another player on the way up. That's confidence. That goes a really, really long way because dealing that amount of damage, even if it's just a little bit on rotation, means that player's softened up for potentially somebody else to run into it, which means you're one step closer to placement points.
Yeah, as you see the Inferno duo of Icarus and Nikim working from the top down, and that's a big thing. You talked about putting pressure on your opponents. If you're shooting them, they have two options, and now they're good. Like, that whole thing is connected. They're reinforced. They're not getting knocked down. Tome, despite Pash being knocked out, has now picked up 2-3 on the low ground. Player trying to challenge onto Icarus, not able to find it, and Z-Link looked a little lost there.
Didn't realize he was in the same box as Icarus. Ridiculous. He caught totally off guard there. Icarus gets basically what amounts to a free elimination, putting them at 14 now. Like you said, the branching, dropping down, building the branch back up to connect to what other players had already built, basically makes what they were sitting on all the way up top indestructible to a point. Meanwhile, this circle, where you're smearing players through Dusty, you have a ton of structure that's already pre-built because we were just here. The circle rotated away. It's now pulling back into the middle. If you look in the bottom right, we're essentially going across the very center of Dusty, which means all of this structure is essentially already owned. We have 3 players, and it's a 2v1. Anwar versus the duo from Inferno. And it's going to come down to who owns what structure or who can take possession of what.
And they own it as he has to walk through it. They're going to find him there. He tries to disengage. They have the white damages onto him already. They already have 16 elims. He wants the pickaxe, and he gets it. Anwar, no life indeed. And he throws your favorite one out there, Lupo.
The default dance.
Ba-na-na-na.
Can honestly provide one of the most incredible mechanisms of getting out of a fight if needed. And I'm looking forward to seeing more and more players make use of that as time goes on. I don't think we've seen the full evolution of strategy there. By the way, World's Best Gaming Chicken caught off guard right there. Lyric beaming from above with that blue SMG. Dynamite goes off, and Lyric and Tempo are dropped down, forced to use the launch pad. Another launch pad immediately next door, but it doesn't matter. They need to get out of there as fast as possible. Not a lot of opportunity for community usage at that point because it's so close to the edge of the circle. So you don't have to worry about anybody following them necessarily. For Unity, box himself up for just a second there.
Yep.
Sorry, Renuity.
All good there, but gets inspired right out of the ball. And that's one thing to note, too. In the duos format, it's harder for both you to secure a ball. And additionally, if 2 players decide to focus you with ARs, you can almost go down before there's any reaction time. So you need to rotate kind of a lot more clinically. You can be kind of a little less blasé about it. Can't just play marbles on the low ground. From Renuity, barely even saw that guy for a second. Now just turning, changes targets right away with the minigun out. Sees the bonk, and Ashwin, that's your own build there, buddy. Shot the RPG into the floor, and that's going to be it. Definitely hate to see that, and misses out on the 3 placement points. So that's a tough one. He
might not be done with them just yet. Tempo's going to go for the wall replace, pushes in and catches the baller in a box, goes for the spray and gets it. 7, I believe 7 eliminations at that point, hopefully once that updates.
Yeah, did go through it, is 8. Now Tempo, great turn. God is vigilant going down, God is proud going down, but you needed to be omnipotent there, and you weren't. Tempo doing his best. They're controlling the high ground, and 4 players up in the sky as they're now going to start walling it off and checking for whatever traps they can. As Captain JG10, where'd you go? I miss you so, man. You were in this game, and now you're out. But Vikla's Teshe
taken out on the outside in the storm, which means we're going to be down to 5 duos, 6 players. The feed on both of those screens on the right side lit up absolutely. 3 eliminations and 14 for Kiru. This duo is absolutely slaying out in the lobby. Tempo taking himself out in the feed there. Taking out just barely. The last second shot. Honestly, there was so much drop down. Every player ended up down at the bottom 9. If you get hit in the air, someone that's shooting at you or other people that see you get hit, that the cue of the shield being broken is like a red flag.
Yep,
immediately
pile on.
Everyone's just going to take shots.
Pile on right away, and additionally too, once these players get a beat on you, they're not really, like, some are waiting for that FSA reset, but most are just shooting on reaction and knowing they're going to be able to hit, like Caraverde. They're picking up both Jam and Aussie and Citizen snipes as Quack goes down. We're inside the top 10. Verdi turning around, using the left-hand side, not expecting to peek there, but gets the shot. Has the cone in the zone, but now resetting. Papo is getting pressure. Verdi needs to get over to his partner as Papo does get dropped down, is able to pick it up, but Grayscale gets picked up. Verdi knows he needs to get the conversion as Tavern does convert onto Papo going down there. So Verdi all by his lonesome, knows the conversion is going to come through for the Cypher. Siphon, but needs to wait, wants to hit that top 5. 9 players remaining, 7 duos. Right as I say that, Endo picks up 77 pain, pushes us to 8 and 7. Verdi still looking for an angle. Great edits to make sure he's covered. Great, even better edit. Picks up Lish, who had the sniper rifle out, wasn't ready, and he's into the top 5 there, Lupo. Now 7 placement points from this. He's hunting. He's looking for players, wants to own walls, wants to catch him off guard. Yeah, everyone else is trying to play the zone. He's playing finding the other players. Gets Endo, downs Nick Merckx. That means Neo is still around here somewhere. So you have Tavern, Vent, Neo, and Verdi left. Tavern healing up on the high ground, but now he's dropping down. It is a fray on this low ground. Everyone is right next to each other in boxes. They're right on top of each other. Check the bottom right, but Verdi has been hunting. Somebody covers the wall. No, that was his wall. Covers himself. Verdi challenging the 2. Tavern takes him out. Now it is Tavern and Vent trying to take out Neo. Neo retakes the high ground above them. Pyramid's off, but does get forced down. Looking for an angle. Doesn't have the effective health. Can just wait him out. Neo needs to make a play happen. Less than 50 effective HP versus the 100 right here of Tavern and Vent. How good are you, Neo? Can you be a hero?
Neo, a controller player. Honestly, these close quarters combat matches can pay off pretty big for them. Takes a shot and gets a hit from the outside. Rotates down.
Gets it first.
1v1. Looks for the shot.
He got
Follows
it!
through. Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh.
How good are you? He says good enough. Sundown, good enough. Johnny picking up another Elim. Aiden does get Aaron as we're into the top 10, so another 2 points for everyone there. Hasty and Bocutie both going down, so now checking out the wide. You have Aiden in the top right, Prime on the mid-tarp in the bottom right, everyone else on the left. You can see Walla, Severe, Mizume, Shabman, Prime pick up a great angle there to get Shabman, as Walla also picks up 2. And now Severe trying to challenge Sean, raining down pressure with the minigun right next to Aiden as Aiden keeps him covered. Can they convert, or will Severe be able to get away as Prime continues to look for whatever he can on the middle tarp? This is so clustered right now. Vislas and Domo being one of 2 duos left. But as I say that, Domo gets picked up. I should just stop talking, as apparently I'm cursing everyone, Lupo.
You are indeed. Aiden and Sean at this point don't need to drop down. They're a little too low on HP and shields. There's not necessarily a big need to push in. You risk getting eliminated and beating another team. They need to look for third-party opportunities here and pick up every elimination they can, especially with 4 players, 3 duos left. They're the only full duo.
That was so good by Aiden. He was able to use the launch pad, go up, and then take high ground away from Severe, while Sean fights a completely different 1x1 on the tarp underneath. They both take the 1x1s, and they win it, and then they pinch onto Prime, trading shots out, knowing he can't go both ways, and the young lords from Ghost, Aiden and Sean, which means they come fast and they come hard, as Blue will be able to get the knock but not the conversion, so still not there. And it finally, as Steel Mat goes down, he misses out on it. Zayd gets picked up by Spectre. Blue trying to just frag his way through, gets the conversion over, needs to get the Siphon on the next one. He's gonna wait until he has space, but maybe waiting was the wrong decision, because now you're too far into the storm. He got the Siphon from Shadow.
If he makes this in.
No, he doesn't. He does. Oh, he got the hook. He's gonna get it.
You've got to be kidding me.
10 HP, he needs to find another one, but if he can just wait, sometimes patience is the best, and he does. Now he's in the top 10, so that's 2 more points for just being patient. He knows he can't draw any aggro, and he gets another. What a brilliant pickup from Blue. This is the backside of the circle rotation we've talked about, and he single-handedly took him an absolute unit. Steal your teammate's name, because you're the absolute unit. He got tags there. Now he's on the low ground, only has 5 builds, but he can get a moment to breathe and reset. Maybe not. Tries to pop the big pot. Instead, gets the shot, and he gets dragged up into the sky. What is this? Reset the lobby again as the players come diving down. Spectro onto CJ, and he gets picked up right away. Him and Smile cleaning that one up. Now, Blue, the hero of the story on the low ground, just trying to do everything he can as CJ and Smile are working their way down. Edgy, one of the players we called out before, ends Blue's hero run, but it was inside that top 5, so great effort from him there. You have CJ on the high ground in the bottom right, but T-Rose actually just took it away from him, Lupo.
All the way up top, the duo, Step Rose, Smile and CJ. CJ taking a little bit of damage there. T-Rose does have the ultimate high. Meanwhile, you have a 3-player situation all the way down to the bottom. Round over all of them. The duo from Step Bro, Smiles CJ, still in there. T-Rose swoops in over the top. Tacos goes down. T-Rose goes down. Smile down to 1 HP, gets knocked. Edgy to 1v1. Has the HP advantage, has the height advantage, and CJ gets pressured against the storm. One shot. Edgy looking for a drop in. Here we go. Same height.
Oh my God! Kyle, what? We talk about it. Sometimes it's not all about building. Building is the battle, but you have to be able to shoot your gun first. Doesn't go for the wall replace, doesn't go for the edit. He says, hey, you want to come into my 1x1? Here's an epic pump. Let me know how that tastes. Or taking minimal damage, but creating enough distance to force them to rotate away because of the zone. Because avoiding that fight pushes them into the top 10, closer to that top 5, and could get you just even more points out of that, as now we're into the top 5. So if that player stayed in, that's an additional 2 points and 5 points total for them coming through there, or 7 points total, excuse me, just out of placement. Pretty heavily set in there, does have the redeploy as he gets knocked down, so no threat there, but Sofa gets picked up. Nolan converts on it, but Fulmer picks up Nolan, is not going to be able to get Sofa, unfortunately, so gets the conversion there and then gets back into the zone as Sofa does take over. So now we're into the top 5, has the redeploy, so going to use the late drop.
I was admittedly nervous for 2 seconds, and then I realized that he had the redeploy. A little bit of panic attack, it's all good. Fulmer, he's got the height advantage. The triple balloon strap does not pay off there. You hate to see it. The player's trying to fly their way up into the sky. Does get caught off guard. Endo gets beamed from above as Fulmer picks up another elimination. Lamau and Quack, a duo that is still in this one. Kunichi, the last solo alive, and Fulmer has the height advantage against everybody. Quack applying pressure to Kunichi, who is right next to Lamau. Fulmer applying pressure from above as well. You've got multiple pinches occurring simultaneously, and Fulmer is forced into a drop. Lamau does have that RPG, and Kunichi is topping off a double campfire. He's going to have to replace the floors as he does get dropped down. Gets the shot on Quack. Lamau, Kunichi on even ground down below. Kunichi picks up the duo. It is a 1v1 situation. Kunichi at 45 points. Fulmer, his duo at 51. Fulmer dropping in, has that compact SMG, spraying down from above, double layering that metal as impenetrable as possible as Kunichi is at 140 total HP. Goes for the shot, doesn't quite line it up. Fulmer still layering up. The branch has been broken, and Fulmer on the drop-in gets the final elimination.
Brilliantly done from Fulmer there. 10 elims combined with the victory royale. 3 points for their trouble, 3 points for their placement, but still the elims are coming out.
Pulse champ 47 points, gets the tag there. But Zinio goes down inside the box. No need for the siphon, but a ton of mats.
You remember when that was like the best play people could do ever, was trap somebody in a box with a trap?
The duel from Ivy down at the bottom. Tristan Hip and Jammies all the way at the bottom. Rich Homie Quinn takes a big hit there. Looking kind of risky. His duo is out, so he is the last one for that pair, and he goes down. Frosty, Dong, Pulse, and Z-Champ all the way up top. Sauce, S-Man. You have a plethora of players. Dark goes down to the bottom. Tristan is knocked. Jammies cannot go back for him, so that is going to go down to a solo there.
Yep,
Dong and Sauce.
Now.
You have so many players nested inside the same boxes. Dong goes down, gets knocked. Jammies still alone all the way to the bottom. Frosty and S-Man. Pulse and Z-Champ are applying pressure now. The RPG late game is so powerful. S-Man goes down, and Jammies manages to, for just a second, claim the high ground. He couldn't stay up top safely.
Pulse.
The Shadow Bomb almost clutched him the high ground, but he fell down, got matched elevation, gets knocked out, and Z-Champ, Pulse.
I'm going to trade you out with the shotgun. Victory Royale is mine. And of course, let's take a look at the standings. Tacos and Edgy at the top, though, with 74 points.
Wow, just like that. That big game right there. That's a big game for Edgy. Bringing him up to 74 points. Now he's in the running here with 3 games remaining, though. So he has less games than the second place, who's Tavern and Vent, who have 5 games. So every single game matters. With every game, you cannot throw away points. These are crucial to how things kind of shape up. And you talk about Sean and Aiden there. They're in the top 10 running right now as well. So good to see them kind of coming on through. And it's crazy because Aiden just released, his new merch line, and then, all the map
Well, no longer Aiden's Towers, I guess. Yeah, but really quickly, let's just break this down because we have kind of a moment to do that.
Yeah.
Like you talked about, the games remaining is very big, and that's just, if you're kind of tuning in for the first time, this is something to pay attention to, because you look at someone like this, right? Edgy and Tacos at the top with 74 points. Now, in theory, that's great, right? But look, they've got 3 games remaining. In second place, like you talked about, Tavern and Vent, they have 5 games remaining, and they're only 1 point behind.
Yeah.
So they have a larger margin of error. Margin of error to work with. Words are so
Something
hard
like
for me.
that.
Something like that. So just keep that in mind, especially when you're watching games like this, right? Like even look, let's say Synergy, Jaylee, and Wheels. They have 6 games to work with. In 4 games, they have scored 64 points.
Yeah.
I don't know why you're terrorizing these kids, okay? You need to stop that. Whatever you're doing, keep it going. Maybe it helps you get that momentum, push into tomorrow.